Welcome everybody to the Team Rhino call. It's May 28th, and that means it's really, really, really close to June. Not too close though, Kayla. Don't worry, you've still got a few days. You've got all the rest of tonight, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, right, to get your Success Club points in, finish out the month in Success Club. Normally, for the last few years that I've been a coach, coming into June means it's Summit Month, but this year it is not Summit Month. We've got a little while left, but Summit will come on us quicker than everybody even realizes. It will be Summit time really, really, really soon. So hopefully you saw the video that I posted in Team Rhino about and in our Summit group about tracks and the lunches and all the different things that you need to be able to, there's like 3 different things that you have to pick at Summit. So I'll post some more stuff in our Summit group and try to coordinate, because it's not open for choosing those things yet, but we might want to coordinate and all be on the same track. I'm not sure if that really matters too much or not, but I would think we probably all want to be on the same track so that we're all together and going to stuff at the same time. But it's probably not the end of the world if we're not. There's a couple of Summit tickets, at least one Summit ticket for sale right now. Someone can't go, Amanda Kirchner. So if somebody doesn't have a Summit ticket, make sure you get with Amanda Kirchner. She's selling hers. What else is going on with Summit? What else do I need to say about Summit? Something. Oh, I was just going to say that if you're not in the Summit group where we're doing most of the communication about Summit, make sure that you get in that Summit group so that we can communicate. I think on Thursday, between about 1 and 4, we're going to have a party at my place in Nashville, the place that we rented, because we are not doing a Thursday pre-Summit meeting like we did last year with the big Fit Club network or anything like that. So we're just going to have a little Team Rhino party. We might have some training / presenting / success stories or something there, but mostly it'll just be a party and kind of like 2 hours before we all go to open it. Okay. I am going to actually mute everybody. Okay. Alrighty. Let's get on to the topic of the day. So we've been going through the GoPro series for, I guess this is the 6th week since I got back from vacation. And we've talked about, kind of just gone through the skills, a little opening day, and then we went through finding prospects and inviting, and we went through following up, and there was one more topic that's just escaping my mind right now. Telling your story, presenting your product or opportunity, and we talked about a whole bunch of stuff. So we're kind of going through this invite, present your opportunity, follow up with them, and now our topic is helping them sign up. So we're going to talk a little bit specifically about Beachbody, but also in general. I think the first thing to talk about when we talk about helping people sign up is that you have to maintain the same posture that you've maintained through your inviting process and your presenting your opportunity process, which is a strong posture of confidence in what you have. So you can't change your posture from I'm confident about where I'm going, this is the greatest thing in the world, to when they say, yeah, I think I probably do want to do it, turn into needy, oh my gosh, I'm going to get Success Club points person. You have to continue the strong, confident posture of, okay, let's get you signed up. Okay, let's get you on this opportunity. And you have to be emotionally detached still from any kind of an outcome or anything. Lisa, that's not fair. You can't do that. Lisa's got her puppy. Good posture, emotionally detached, the opposite of needy, okay? You cannot be a needy person. Don't be someone who's just looking for Success Club points. Don't be someone who is trying to get someone to sign up because you want them to sign up for you. This is how you think of yourself. I love this sort of, I guess, I don't think this is an analogy, but this way he talks about it in GoPro is he says, you treat yourself like you are a consultant, right? You are a consultant. So if someone says, yeah, I think I probably do want to do this coaching opportunity, or yeah, I would like to join your challenge group, the next thing you're going to do is you're going to start asking the right questions to get them signed up with the right thing, right? So imagine someone says, yeah, I think I do want to be a coach. How do I go about doing that? You're not going to say, oh, well, just log into this account here and push this button and sign up. You're going to start asking questions about how do they want to get signed up? What is the right way for them to get signed up? Have you thought about a workout program that would be best for you? Because most coaches buy a challenge pack when they sign up as a coach. That's the best way to do it, because you waive your $40 fee, and so you're going to get Shakeology and you're going to get a workout program. So have you thought about the workout program that you're going to get? Notice the posture in that type of a question. You're not really, they still have the option to say, well, I don't really want a workout program right now, but you're not saying, well, you could get a workout program if you wanted to, like if you need one, and you could get Shakeology, or you could just sign up for $40. There's also that option. You're saying most coaches sign up for the challenge pack because then you don't pay the fee that's $40. So have you thought about what workout program you would like? That's a strong posture that's confident, that says, I believe this is the right way for you to get signed up, and then asks a question consulting them on which thing they want to sign up with, right? They certainly have the option to say, well, is there a way to do it without a workout program? Oh, yeah, you can totally do that. Most people don't do that because then you just pay a $40 fee and you're not actually getting anything for that. You're not getting a product for that. You're just getting this business kit, right, which you get with the challenge pack sign up anyway, right? So you're asking questions, consulting them, finding out which way do they want to sign up. So they say, well, I've been thinking about PIO. Okay, what is it that interests you about PIO? How are you going to use that? Are you thinking you're going to go straight through that? Are you doing running? Maybe you already know some of this about the person from previous conversations, right? But just as examples, you're asking them if you're consulting them such that you're helping them pick the right program. You're not they're going to say, well, I've been thinking about PIO, and then you're going to go, great, PIO, let's sign you up with the PIO challenge pack. You're going to ask some questions and consult and say, oh, okay, cool, I love PIO. What is it that interested you about PIO? Why is it that you want to do the PIO challenge pack? And if they're like, well, I really love high intensity workouts where you jump a lot, you're going to go, whoa, I think you've got the wrong idea about PIO. That's not the right program for you. Maybe you're thinking of plyo, plyometrics, right? Something like that. I'm just giving an example that you actually want to help them get the right thing that's the best thing for them, and sign them up in the way that's most advantageous for them. So treat yourself as a consultant, asking questions, and also driving that sign up in the way that you really do think is the best, which is a challenge pack sign up, right? That is the best for anybody, because I hate paying $40 fees for getting nothing when I could get my Shakeology and my workout program and not pay the $40 fee. Most of these people everybody needs to be on Shakeology anyway, or else I don't know how you're going to sell Shakeology, right? We always talk about that. So helping them get to that challenge pack. So act like a consultant, ask questions, be interested in their answers. A lot of this is the same stuff, right? It's the same stuff that you do when you're inviting. It's the same stuff that you do when you're following up with people. It's the same stuff that you do when you're finding new prospects. You're being interested more than you're being interesting, right? So you're listening, you're hearing what they're saying, you're asking another question to make sure you've got it right. And then when you've got it right, okay, you've got what they want. You know that they want the PIO challenge pack, they want chocolate Shakeology, and you get their email address. The next step for us most of the time is to use the mobile app so that you can get their challenge pack put in there without them messing it up, right? What's easier? Go into your teambeachbodycoach.com account, log in, click on the coach icon, and then click on be a coach. And then there's another button that comes up that says, yes, I want to be a Team Beachbody coach. And then you fill out this form, and then you're going to pick your challenge pack, and then you're going to do this. Or if it's just somebody buying something, go to my website. Here it is, beachbodycoach.com/ some username that you probably didn't think very well about when you signed up, and it's way too long. It has too many letters in it, right? And so you're like, oh yeah, beachbodycoach.com /X473 9GRT, and now click on shop, and then click on challenge packs on the left menu, and then click on, and use the mobile app. Everybody, use the mobile app. Okay, if you don't know where the mobile app is, it's coachmobile.teambeachbody.com. Save it to your home phone screen and your phone home screen. Most of you don't have home phones. Your your phone home screen, and make sure you've got that. Okay. Let's see, what else did I want to talk about today? This is kind of a short topic, getting people signed up, because we've already made it through the hard parts. Usually signing people up is the easy part. If you use the mobile app, if you ask the right questions, make sure you know exactly what they want to do and why they want to do it. I will go through, though, from GoPro. He has a 4-question close that he uses when people are, you've got people through the invite process. You've got them to watch a video. And he talks mostly about the business opportunity. You could probably use this very similarly for a fitness opportunity. But you've got them through the invite process. They've watched a video, right? You said, if I send this video to you, will you watch it? You've set a follow-up. You've already followed up with them, and you said, did you like it, or what did you like about it, or did it make sense, right? And they've come back and said, oh yeah, it made sense, and I really liked this, 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 and this about it. So here's his 4-question close. When they've shown that they are still interested, they like the idea, there's lots of things they like about it. He says, number one, how much would you need to make doing this part-time to make it worth it for you? People will usually answer that question, right? How much would you need to make part-time? I'm just thinking out loud here. If you were to use this same close on someone who's buying a challenge pack to get in your challenge group, you could probably change that one to, how much weight would you need to lose, or what result would you need to see in these 21 days to make it worth it for you, right? You could do that. Number 2, how many hours would you be willing to put in? You could say per day, per week, per month, however you want to word that. How many hours would you be willing to put in order to make that amount that you just told me? Number 3, how many months would seem reasonable to you to start being able to make that money? Obviously, you're not going to make that much the very first month because you're going to be building up. But so how many months would be a reasonable amount for it to take for you to start making that amount that you told me in question 1? And then the last question is, if I could show you how to do that, would you be ready to get started today? That's his 4-question close. So when he's helping people get signed up, this is after the objections are gone. They've said, I like it. It sounds good. Then he does that 4-question close. So think about how you could use that in challenge groups, how you could change that. Maybe your closing would be 5 questions. Maybe it's 3 questions. Maybe they're worded completely different. Maybe they're for challenge groups instead of for the business opportunity. But what are the types of questions that you're going to ask someone? And I'm going to open this up for questions now so we can talk. But what are the questions that you would ask, that you have written down or in your head, that you ask to help somebody make the final decision and actually sign up? So there's something on chat here. Oh, Lisa Madsen says, did you know that you can also use the mobile app from your computer? Yes, you can. That is true. It is just a website, really. So it's just a mobile-friendly website, or very mobile-friendly website that comes up perfect on a phone. But you can go to coachmobile.teambeachbody.com on your regular browser, on your desktop or your laptop, and it comes up just fine. It's just very large. Just a little different looking. I'm going to unmute.
He's going to unmute.
Okay, you all are unmuted. If you don't want to talk, you can remute yourself. Or actually, maybe I won't do that. Okay, you're all muted, and if you want to talk, you can unmute yourself. That's probably a better way to do that. So my question for you was, do you have questions already, or could you think of questions right now? Maybe not exactly like his 4-question close, but that you could consistently use and you could teach your coaches to use to help somebody finish the sign-up process and be ready to go? Anybody want to take a stab at that? Like, does somebody have something that they normally use? It's kind of an on-the-spot question, so I'm not sure if I'm going to get anything out of that. But
so I guess it would depend on the situation and the person. Yeah. But as far as that goes, you know, I customarily use the I have a challenge group starting, and if you want to get in on this challenge group, this would be an awesome time for you to start this program, you know, with support or whatever. So I mean, even though the 90-10 group is free now, I will still use that as a, you know, if you're ready to get started, you know, we have a challenge group starting June 1st. So do you want to be in on that challenge group? Right. I don't know if that's the right answer.
Well, it is
to the question, but
it is. But just think about, I mean, from how you normally do things, think about if, and this isn't a for sure that you will want to incorporate it, but think about if you could incorporate some type of a question series for people coming into 90-10 about what kind of results would you be looking for this month.
I often use the question, what things have you tried that have not worked for you?
Right. Now, does that happen? That might happen earlier in the process. I'm just thinking, like, maybe that could be part of the closing type thing, but that's usually more of like a getting them interested thing.
Okay, so you're talking. Okay, so more of the closing process.
Right. So you're saying, you know, like someone has told you that, you know, they want to lose X number of pounds, and, you know, how could you, I'm seriously haven't really thought about this real deeply, but how could you work, you know, like the same sort of thing that if I could show you how to do that with 90-10, would you be ready to get started right now? You know, that kind of, or if I could show you how to do that in 21 days with 21 Day Fix, would you be ready to get started right now? You know, if I could tell you that was totally possible with 21 Day Fix in 21 days, that you could lose those 10 pounds in 21 days, would you be ready to get started right now? You know, it's just something to think about, not necessarily like this is how everyone should absolutely do this. You must ask these questions, but this is the close that really works for him in GoPro, and he uses it consistently. This is how he closes people. And so it might be something that we could think about how to incorporate that into both challenge groups. And it's really easy to do that with, you know, with the business, because that's what that's made for, is for the business. So if you want to close people for signing up as coaches, you could use the same questions that he asks, you know, about.
You know, and this is pretty specific for the people that I talk to often, but I was just thinking that, and I think I've used this with Pio before, and said, you know, if I could get you through your triathlon season without injury, I mean, would you want to do what I told you to do?
Yeah. Yeah. See,
you know, or would you be interested in something that would get you through triathlon season without being injured? You know, but that's not really closing a sale. That's more of a just getting to the, right. I mean, getting to that point, I guess.
Well, the one thing we have to realize about GoPro, and I think this is it probably should be brought up. I probably should bring this up every team call that we talk about GoPro, and I wish we could just write it in the front of everybody's books, but so it stays in the front of their mind. But GoPro is written about network marketing, and Beachbody, although it's a network marketing company, and many of the things still apply, it is a different network marketing company than most are, right? You look at how he closes people, and most of the stuff that he talks about in there, he is not interested in the product. He's interested in the business opportunity, and he's talking about the business opportunity. And there really isn't he doesn't have the whole thing about a challenge group or something like that, because they don't do that, right? There's just a product, and it might be a good product, it might not be, but it's a, they just have a product. And so there's no like putting people in a challenge group, helping them get this result or that result out of the product. The only closing that he's doing really is coaches, distributors, right? So you have to keep that in mind, that there's some things about what he talks about and the way he does business that don't correlate exactly with what we do, and that's okay, because most of it does, and most of it's really good stuff to know. It's just you have to apply it to what you're actually doing. So, maybe this 4-question close isn't perfect for us, because we also get a lot of people who enter the business side because they got great results on the customer side, and that's not a normal network marketing thing. Like, there's not a lot of people who, or at least not as many, who are going through a 90-day program, getting a ton of results, and then becoming a distributor. There's some that do that, but most of them are, it's like you become a distributor right away, and then if you like the product, you might actually start working the business or whatever. So the closing process might be different, but I think the important thing, I wanted to go through that 4-question close and just kind of discuss it and talk about it. But I think the important things in this lesson are just the good posture, good questions, acting like a consultant. And I think that's the most powerful thing you can grab from this chapter, is how to, really help your coach or customer sign up with the right thing, the right way, and not be, just jumping at whatever they feel like they want to buy. Like, be an actual consultant, because I tell you, people care. People love when you care about that kind of stuff. When you help them change their mind from a more expensive product to a less expensive product because it's the right one for them. To change their mind from, something that's on sale to something that's not on sale because it fits them better, and not just trying to shove the sale down their throat and say, well, Max 30 is on sale. I know that you have bad knees, but it's on sale, so you should get it. Really caring about people and what's the best thing for them, and showing them the right way to be successful. And especially with coaches, helping them understand that they're going to be more successful if they sign up this way, because they need to be on Shakeology, and because they don't want to pay a $40 fee, and all that stuff, helping them really get what they need. So any other thoughts on helping your customers sign up? It's kind of a short one today, but that's okay. We like short. Questions? Nobody else? Kayla's not even there. Nobody else. Who else is on here?
I just as I'm listening to this, I think that I think that I need to be a lot better at being more direct with people. That I think I tend to not want to be
formal.
I don't know about formal. I don't know if formal is the word. I don't want to be. What was the question that if I told you that you could, if I told you that this would happen, then would you do this?
Yeah.
Less that just seems so. It just seems very direct, and I don't know. I don't know what the anxiety I get or whatever about being that direct, but that I kind of want to, I don't know. I think I try to friend people into, if that makes sense, I try to kind of, coddle my customers into being coaches, or coddle my prospects into being customers, a little bit more than saying, this is great, do it.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. That my biggest thing about the GoPro thing, that direct approach, I think is that it's kind of scary the way, because he is very direct about it, even about setting up appointments. So when do you think, when do you think that you'll be done watching that video? When can you watch that video?
Right.
Like for me personally, I would never say those words to somebody.
Right. But see, I think that's one of the things that I'm trying to say. And part of this is that you can take those things and make them into your own way to say it. Like, would you say, hey, I want to be able to follow up with you and make sure that I don't, what's a way to say that? Turn it to, I don't want to say, I don't want to lose this conversation and forget about you. So right. I'm going to put something on my calendar to follow up with you. So do you think you would be done by this day? Or can you tell me when?
Yeah, I can totally do that. And that's the way I do right. it.
Yeah.
I say, hey, I'm sending you a video. Can I follow up with you tomorrow? Do you think that you'd have a chance to watch it if I followed up with you tomorrow? Right. I'll say that often.
See, so same thing.
It just sounds different to me.
It is, but see, like, I think most of his conversations, like before, are they're business opportunities. And he knows that he's presenting a business opportunity, and he's a business person, and this is a business meeting, right? And he takes that posture to it, whereas we're a much more community-based system,
yes,
right? And so our approach is more community-based. I bet you anything that Josh Spencer does it exactly like that. I bet you he says, okay, you're going to watch that video. Will you have it done by Friday? Or when are you going to have the video done so that we can talk about it? I bet you he does that. And his personality and his posture and the way he talks work great for that. And if you started doing that, people would be like, what is going on with her? That's not how she normally acts.
Yeah.
Right. So make it your own. It's really hard for someone I think it's really hard to, like, every time I sit down and try to write any kind of a training post or training email or anything like that, I always think I can only really write this in my posture and my way of doing this thing. And sometimes that doesn't fit people. So you have to be able to take that, the overall part of it and the theme of it and say, how am I going to say that I'm comfortable with? Right.
Right. I just tend to think that I use more my story to make sales than I do coercion or direct approach. I will say, well, for me, this is what worked, and try it because it worked for me. Right. As opposed to, if I could get you these results in 21 days, or if I could promise you, or if I could tell you that you would get these results, then would you do this? Is more of a, well, it worked for me, so why wouldn't it work for you approach? Right. So maybe, I don't know, maybe that's not right.
No, I think what you're talking about is a little earlier in the process when he talks about presenting your opportunity. You do that very much similar to the way that he does it. He talks about telling your story. In fact, we had our call on presenting your product or opportunity. We talked about the format for that. This is where I was. This is what happened to me. This is where I am now. That whole story. That's how you do it. You're always like, I used to hate dieting, and then I found 90-10, and now I love it, and you should do it too, right? And you do that during the presenting, and sometimes that's so powerful, there is no follow-up, and there is no closing. It's just like, okay, how do I sign up? And then all you do is just tell them how to sign up. There's no
right.
But sometimes what happens is someone says, oh, well, that sounds interesting. And then they start kind of asking questions, and what about this and what about that? And I think what he's trying to say in this, if you really listen to the whole chapter, is it's like you're going back and forth on the pros and cons of it. You're acting like a consultant. And when you're ready to say, okay, let's make a decision here, you say, okay, if I could show you these results in this many days, which is very similar to when, you know, I'm trying to think, I'll say, it's kind of like saying, well, you know, this thing has a 30-day money-back guarantee on it. If you really feel amazing drinking Shakeology after 3 weeks, then you keep it. If you don't feel amazing after 3 weeks, then you send it back, right? Like, is that a deal? Like, deal or no deal? You know, will you try it for a month? You know, it's kind of like the same thing. Like, if I could show you how to feel amazing for $4 a meal, would you try it and see if you like it?
It's like the video that you did in the 90-10 group, right?
Yeah, it's kind of like that. That's kind of like a close, you know, like I'll do this if you do that. If I show you this, will you do this? You know, I'll step this much if you'll step this much. If you'll give it a try, I'll do this. If I can show you this, will you do this? You know, that kind of stuff. It's not something that you're going to use every single time, because you tell your story and somebody's like, where do I sign up for that? Or somebody comes to you and says, hey, I want to buy Shakeology. You don't have to do the close, you know, they're ready to go, you know. But yeah, other questions? Anybody else have thoughts, questions? There's quite a few people on the call. We are at our 5:30, so we're about ready to call it a night. If nobody else has questions, you can unmute yourself. If you're talking right now and you're not unmuted, then we cannot hear you. Anybody else? Nobody else? Alrighty. Okay. Good night, everybody. Thanks for being on the call. And remember, next week we have our team call, and then we are having another business opportunity. And I'll put an event invite probably on Monday in the group, and we'll start inviting to the business opportunity just like we did last week. So thanks, everybody.